Hi there, Pisces. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this reading finds you well. Welcome to your weekly reading, back with me again, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. For those of you who are new to my channel, hello. And for those of you who have been here a long time, welcome back. So if you're new to my channel, this is going to be a relationship spread, meaning that you could always apply this with anyone in your life. It could be with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, exes, crushes, fiance, family members, anyone. I am basically just going to be picking up your relationship energy in general, all right? And don't forget to also check your sun, moon, or Venus sign, because for me personally, I realized you guys are pretty talkative. I realized that with my readings, I resonate much more with my Venus sign rather than my sun sign, but probably because my Venus is in the 8th house along with my North Node there. I don't really know, but if it doesn't resonate, then it just doesn't resonate, all right? There's so many amazing talented tarot readers out there for you to just click and watch. Interesting. All right, so I just pulled your energy and then your challenges, and then after that, the 5 cards pass. I haven't gone to the present moment and also the future. But let's talk about your energy for the now, though. You have the Princess of Swords, you have the 5 of Wands in reverse, and you also have the 2 of Wands in reverse. I feel like your energy right now is, I'm just going to be waiting right here. Like you're not really assertive, you're not really active, but you're not passive either. Yeah, because the Princess of Swords is a card that is very smart. You know, Princess of Swords always looks ahead of time. Princess of Swords knows what she or he wants to find out about a certain matter. So there is something in context of relationship that you guys are trying to find out. And where does this base from? It's because it's based off of, I mean, look at this Princess of Swords over here. She has a Swords over here. So she has already made her mind up about something. It could be that you guys already made up your mind about, it could probably, you guys are already made up your mind about how they are, or you guys are kind of like thinking that they're not prioritizing you over their work or their families or their children or whatever, or you could really say that this person is a liar or whatever. Like you are already with that state of mind when you're looking for information. Princess of Swords does have like a little bit of a confirmation tendencies in it, but it's better when it's on preposition rather than when it's in reversal, because in reversal, like you're very stubborn. Like for instance, you know that they lied about it, and all the information that you get that kind of like doesn't fit to the scheme that they're not lying, you dismiss it. But when it comes, the Princess of Swords in reverse is a very smart card. It's a very smart symbols for me. And you have the 5 of Wands in reverse, meaning that you're kind of like quite tired of the fight. You're tired of argument. You're tired of pride competitions. But also at the same time, you guys are 2 of Wands in reverse. And 2 of Wands in this particular deck of mine is 2 people hand in hand building something from the ground up, working together, collaborating together, being really hands-on. And I feel like you guys are not up to that too. So you guys are passive, but you're studying, you know what I mean? Like you're studying the fact, you're studying them. There's this information that you really want to know about something, because it's driven by curiosity. And it's also driven by either your hunch, your gut, or the information that you've received prior to you being curious with that information. So anyway, what's challenging is you have the 6 of Cups, and then you also have the Temperance card. So Temperance card talks about, it could go so many different scenarios, you know. I mean, Temperance card, you could literally be dealing with somebody who is a drunk or has an alcoholic tendencies, or it could be there is like a lot of things in your life or in their life that is not supporting this relationship to come because so busy. Basically, that's it. Like either you or them, they have a little bit problem with their work or with their families or with their health, and it's really hard to keep things in balance. I mean, things has been really crazy over the past few months. Like it's not surprising to be finding this card with a Temperance card here. Temperance cards also talks about the lack of patience, the lack of, oh, I don't like it to be going with the flow like this. I want certainty. I want action. I want something that makes me feel like exhilarating again. You know what I mean? And the second one is you have the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups talks about twin flames, soulmates, relationship. It could be. It could also talks about the sweet memories of the past. You could literally be dealing with somebody from your past, or somebody from the past is the one that you're coming in here for a reading for, or 6 of Cups also talks about a past person of somebody. So it could either be their ex that is still intervening this relationship, or it could be your ex that is still in the picture. You know what I mean? So there's like a lot of ways in which you can interpret that card. And because that's the overall challenge, I cannot really pinpoint who is doing what to who. It's a bit different than the past, present, and future. It's much more A and B rather than the overall challenge is just like overall, you know what I mean? But anyway, in the past, this person has the Star card and this person also have the Three of Wands. I feel like the Temperance that I was talking about earlier, it was about much more about them. And why do I say that? It's because they finally found their unique self proportions. There was a wish that was being fulfilled towards them that kind of like made them realize that, okay, this is my unique selling proportion. This is what I want to aspire to become. This is what makes me happy. This is what makes me able to differentiate myself rather than from others. Yeah. And then because they were going through good things. It could be they got a promotions at work or like relationship of them with their friends are going really, really well or whatever, but they're really, really in a very, very positive mood. And how do they approach it? The relationship is a Three of Wands. So Three of Wands is a little bit of a wishful thinking. It has a lot of, for me, it has like a lot of kind of like Jupiter lenses in it. Because I'm a Sagittarius, like I do have these type of lenses. Like, oh, I really believe that this could be something. Like this could be, I really love in the future. But it was just like a wishful thinking. There is no action-oriented card in here. I feel like this person is like the Nine of Pentacles. They're very self-sufficient in a way that they're so busy with either their money or their life or their freedom or their independence or whatever. But in terms of relationship with you, do they have a hope? Yes, they do. But then there is no action going on in here. You know what I mean? There's no like, all right, let's plan things out. Let's do this. Let's do that. Like planning things out for the future so that it could result to a tangible result rather than just wishful thinking, if that makes sense. And Three of Wands for me also sometimes talks about somebody who likes to talk about big things. Like, oh, we're going to have a great kids. Oh, if I got a promotions at work, I'm going to take you to what? I don't know, like Venice or Italy or Paris or whatever. Like there is like a lot of wishful thinking. There's like a lot of wishful talks, but then there's no action that backs it up. And I feel like in the past, you guys were being very, very patient. You were the Strength card. So you understand that this person went through a lot. Like I'm talking a lot. I'm really sorry. I don't know why, but every time I record at night, like I'm really, really talkative. But anyway, you guys are, and we're just in the past, but anyway, in the past, you guys were being so, so patient. You know that this person came from a hard place. They were kind of like quite lost and there were like a lot of things that they had to work through. And then you were being very, very patient about it. You have the Strength card here. Yeah, you have the Strength card over here. So you were really, really patient when it comes to that. You were really, really patient trying to understand them all together. But then, because of the Temperance, because you guys are kind of like impatient, and it's understandable. You know what I mean? You could only be patient for quite some times now. And every time they have this wishful thinking, every time they talk about big things and everything like that, you guys then became the Nine of Wands. Like, look, I'm not interested to join you with your mental journey towards the future that I could not really see happening between us because of the lack of actions that you put into this relationship. Yeah. And I feel like for that reason too, there might be a promise or something that you said you wanted to do, but you don't really want to do it because you feel like this person is active. This person is passive. Like, why should I be doing this if this person, like, I feel like this person is not active participant in this relationship, if that makes sense. Because you got that Nine of Wands with the clarifier that just popped out all of a sudden with the Hierophant card there. So it's either you are rejecting the type of commitment that you're not rejecting completely, but just kind of like against the idea of jumping into the type of relationship that they propose. And it doesn't have to be something bad. It's not like you guys are non-committal, but you just don't like to be involving yourself into a mental relationship. You want something real. You want something tangible. You want something like the Two of Wands. You don't want to be on this mental journey, a relationship that is all in the head. We live in the reality. We live in the world. You want that. Lima kartu masa sekarang. By the way, don't forget if you hear me muttering in non-English word, it's just me talking in Indonesia. All right, asking my card says it. Lima kartu masa sekarang. Princess of Wands. So see, even in the now, they are pretty passive as well. Although they have planned things out and they're hurt by you though. They're the Three of Swords, you hurt them. And they are in a state in which they've been preparing you something. I mean, look at this Princess of Wands, especially in this particular deck of mine. As you can see, she has a letter prepared and also a rose prepared. So she's already preparing something for you. Like if you come back to them, it's either they're going to be way nicer. There's like a lot of self-reflective moment that they did in the past too. Like, okay, maybe I was wrong in this matter. Like, so when Pisces come back to me, or when Pisces is no longer detaching or distancing themselves away from me, I would probably compromise on this matter, and da. So they prepare something for you, but it's still a passive card. Jadi Piscesnya sendiri gimana? Three of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands. 5 kartu masa depan. You got the full card. Like I'm pulling the future card before we talk. Okay, 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, all is well though in 1 to 2 weeks to come, so it's okay. The High Priestess. It's beautiful. All right, Pisces, so let's talk now. So again, they're very, very passive. You guys are also celebrating something here. So remember the proposal or the offer that they're planning to give you should you come back to them. That is because they're doing the Three of Pentacles, and Three of Pentacles in this particular deck of mine is a bit different than a traditional Rider-Waite tarot because it's one person completing their craft. So there's still a little bit of a language differences. Whatever it is that they prepared might not suit whatever emotional needs that you needed. I'm just saying this just so that you're not over expecting something, to manage your expectations altogether. But so Three of Pentacles sometimes denotes like a little bit of a love language type of differences. Like for instance, I'm the type of person who likes I like physical contact, and I also like words of confirmation. And then I'm dealing with somebody who loves gifting. I'm not really interested in gifting, you know what I mean? So, and the other person, this is just like an example. And then the other person thinks that that proposal or whatever it is, that's that plan, their gift is going to be making me happy, whereas it's not something that I'm looking for. It's just not something that makes me feel emotionally fulfilled. So whatever it is that they're planning or they're proposing or they're trying to offer you, like they're preparing, it's not active card. Whatever that is, it may or may not suit your emotional needs. You guys are celebrating something, I feel like, in a week or two, because you guys are the Queen of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands, so it's a very, very fiery energy. It's a very, very like a doer type of energy. You guys are going to be feeling much more inspired or motivated to be doing like a lot of stuff. If you're a woman, you probably would dress to impress more. You're going to be pampering yourself like a lot. You still have something for them. You still have the Ace of Wands, something that you rejected in the past, like you didn't want to, but don't deny it, but you still feel something for them. Like you have the Ace of Wands in here. Depending on your impulses, like you may want to do something about this relationship. You may want to be taking an action because that's the Ace of Wands. But again, Ace of Wands is not a stable ace because it needs like a lot of air, and it needs like a lot of air to grow and everything like that. So if they reject you, or if they do something that turns you off, like it probably just die down as quick as possible, you know what I mean? So yeah, but I feel like it's kind of like safe to do something about that. But even if you don't do that, I feel like in the future this person is going to take a giant leap of faith with you, with the full card right over there. They're going to take a giant leap of faith with you right over there with that full card, but it may take a while. They need time to deal with their Three of Swords. I mean, they're really in pain, they're hurt. So they need sometimes to deal with their disappointment and to heal from that. But they're going to take a giant leap of faith with you, although there's like a lot of worries and there's like a lot of doubts inside of their heart as well. Like they don't, I mean, the moon card is a card where, especially when you're dealing with somebody who doesn't really know the depth of emotions, you know, like I feel like those are the things that only a water sun or water moon knows how to deal with. But they have like a lot of doubts and like a lot of worries. Like they kind of like have trust issues with you too. And I feel like you're going to be open to that though in the future, because you're the Eight of Pentacles. So you're willing to put in the work, while also at the same time protecting your heart altogether, because you have the High Priestess. So it's not like they're jumping. You guys are not, because you're careful, you know. So in the future, they're going to be jumping into actions. They're going to be springing into actions. They're going to be springing into a whole new faith about this relationship altogether. Whereas you guys are much more detached, High Priestess, because you're afraid of getting hurt. You're not so much in love or so much in hate, obsession, or even you're not so much in hate, but you're just like, okay, I'm going to be putting the effort, but I'm going to see, you know, like I'm not going to be making any type of decision right now because I'm just going to be observing you. You know what I mean? So that's that. Okay. So that is if you're dealing with one person. Okay. If you're only dealing with one person, your reading ends now. But if you're only dating one person and you're really done with whoever it is that I'm talking about, for singles, I mean, I feel like in the future, you guys are going to be meeting somebody that either has a fire sign, Venus. I don't really see moon behaving this way, or maybe rising sign. I actually see Venus or sun in fire, because they're really like they're after you like a fire sign does, probably like a Venus in Aries, you know, like they're you know what I mean. They're like that. I don't really know how to describe it in English, but I feel like, and it's something that you're going to be finding when you least expect it, when you're so busy with your craft, or when you're so busy with your study or in your career or whatever. You're going to be meeting this person who is just like, whoa, you're so fucking interesting, Pisces, and then they're going to be going after you. Will you fall for them? No, you're just going to be observing them for a while. Okay, so that's it if you're dating one person and you're single and you're actively looking, I mean, okay? And what happens if you guys are dealing with two people? So, okay, so if you're dealing with two people, I don't think I need to clarify this. I just heard something. But anyway, person A is somebody who you've exercised like a lot of your patience with. You've exercised like a lot of the strength card, you know what I mean? And you feel like this person do have like a little bit of a selfish or self-focused tendencies, you know what I mean? Because they're so focused on their healings, they're so focused on their idealism, they're so focused on their wish fulfillment and everything like that, and they try to go along with the flow, but then like, you know, like you have a limit of your patience, right? In the now, and I feel like they were going through something, like probably they were celebrating something, or they were celebrating their birthday, and you were like the strength card, so you were withholding yourself from doing anything about it. This person A, you have the Queen of Wands, so you're very, very active when it comes to this person. You feel beautiful around this person. You really want this person with your wands and everything like that. Okay, so with person A, there's going to be two scenarios, all right? So the positive one first. So person A, this person is much more passive than you are, because you're the Queen of Wands, so you're the risk taker, you're the one who plans things out and everything like that, and they're the one who receives. And every time they receive, they give you something back. Yeah, in the future, this person is going to take a giant leap of faith with you, but again, you're the much more masculine, because Queen of Wands is still action for in comparison to the Princess of Wands. It's still, Queen of Wands is much more masculine, and in the future, you're the Eight of Pentacles, and they're like taking a giant leap of faith based off the fact that you guys are consistent with how you want them and everything like that. But what you need to remember is that looking back into your history of the relationship, so if you know that this person A, was dealing with somebody else and they're crazy over somebody else too, I wouldn't be too much expected for them. You know what I mean? So if there's a history that you know that they're still hung up over their exes, or if there's a history that you know that they're going after somebody, this reading is going to get cut off because I just hit the maximum recording time in a few minutes from now. But yeah, if you know that this person is after somebody, I think like you should switch your focus elsewhere, because this person is still is waiting for somebody else, and this person is going to take a giant leap of faith with somebody else. So just be careful about that, okay? And how about person B, Anisa? Person B actually has a really, really good intentions with you. I mean, they're planning different than person A, who is much more self-focused, self-centered type of mindset. Person B is actually much more future oriented, so they were planning inside of their head what it's going to be like a life with you and everything like that. But I feel like with person B, you're not really interested in them, and they feel rejected because they have the Three of Swords. I feel like in the now, in the present moment, so if it's not happening now, it's going to happen like really, really soon. You might want to do something about it. You might want to give them something, you know, like an offer, like an Ace of Wands type of thing. And they're going to be healing from the hurt that you've caused them. But I feel like with this person, you're not really sure, because you're like the High Priestess, or you're like, okay, I'm just going to go with the flow with you. I don't really know how I feel, because I feel like you're much more focused on person A rather than person B. Okay, so I think that's it from my reading for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week for another weekly reading. All right, bye-bye, Pisces. I love you.